914-665-0106. Quick Link Construction. No job too big, no job too small. Just call us 914-665-0106. 914-665-0106. We have the experience. Quick Link Construction.
And I know.
Pass me a flash, let me tell the things them. People never know the rum talk and me a sing them. Ali Brand the rum boss I represent. Remember Dilsham, Butchers Wine and Spirit Inc. Have all of the alcoholic beverages you need. From a pink to a anchor. Moscato, Merlot, Hennessy, Douce, Tiger Bone, Ginseng, Rare Nephew Rum, Appleton, Myers Rum, Stone Ginger Wine, Red Label, Taylor Port, Fairbanks, Mount Gay, Sangster, Rum Bar, Jamaica Brandy, Syrah, Grey Goose, Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker and more. You drinking or joking? Open hours. Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Address 104 South 4th Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York 10550. It makes sense to save you dollars. Contact 914-699-7267. Email us at DutchessWineandSpirit@gmail.com. Must be 21 and over to drink. 40 minimum delivery. Drink responsibly.
My cause, oh Jah. I don't know what Julex I represent for Linkage Radio. 104.5 FM. I def them.
You're locked on to the number one radio station. Number one radio station.
Oh, they play the best music.
Number one. The best music. For your listening pleasure.
20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows. Everybody
say the word Customer Appreciation and Community Day and Cooler Runnings
about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swift
are hungry? Come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
that time. 15 minutes after 5 o'clock. Hey, everybody. Hey, 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 hey. Monday. Rainy day. Oh, we've been having rains. How are you doing today? It is Monday. Welcome to the community platform where information is guaranteed. Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez on a Monday afternoon with the show dubbed The Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. And I'm asking the question, where are you walking? Where are you driving? Where do you reside? Hello, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. I had a good weekend. Yeah. My weekend was fine. And today was a good day. So I really am not here to sound extra perky, you know. Thursday I had to do that. Oh my gosh. I was on a roll on Thursday. But I'm myself today. How are you? What have you been up to? What have you been doing? How are your children? 16 minutes after 5 o'clock. Welcome to the show. I'll be here with you until 7 p.m. this evening, as always, on a Monday. Don't forget, hashtag host Lady D, hashtag ITZ Radio. And you know what ITZ is, right? It's Inside the Zone. Hashtag ITZ Community Life. Email me, InsideTheZoneNYC@gmail.com. On Facebook, my personal page, Lady D Denise Gomez. On my business page, Inside the Zone. On Instagram, Lady D Denise Gomez. Did I tell you I love my name? Although I thought I should have been named Victoria. I love the name Victoria. I wish they had named me Victoria, but Denise works just fine. Good evening to Pat. Hey Pat, you're early as always. Reminding you to log on to my Inside the Zone with Lady D Facebook page. Log on to Inside the Zone on my YouTube channel. This is Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM here in the lower Westchester County area. Just in case you didn't know. Coming up in a few minutes, as always, the Monday Beat. It's my artist Monday today, Elaine. I'm playing selections of Elaine in the show today. And as always, voices at 5:30 p.m. I'll be having a conversation with Canute Neil Ellis, and his musical creativity is infectious. And so we will be talking about his latest project, Therapy, which is up for Grammy consideration. Yes, bro. So Canute will be my intellectual voice this afternoon. And of course, I continue with more music in the Monday Drive here. My artist being featured intermittently will be Elaine. A Jamaica ting this afternoon, Callaloo, a staple in the Jamaican family. Who like Callaloo? Tell me, you like Callaloo? I love it. If you make it cook out too much, I don't like it like that. Keeping you in the know comes up at 6 p.m. News, happenings, and facts, Chris Wilby and yours truly. Community life this afternoon. I tell you, community life, real stories of people's experiences, issues, and concerns as we see them. How much is too much? That's what we're asking. I don't know if you have seen it, but there is a Facebook video with a mother who is defending her son, and it turned out to be an open brawl between her and a young boy, because the boy has been bullying her son. And so we want to ask the question, how much is too much? Do you go report a child to their parent, or you just take care of it yourself and you just have a downright show out with somebody's child? And that's how we'll be wrapping up the show today. 20 minutes after 5 o'clock, let's get on with the Monday Beat. This afternoon, we chase the Monday blues out of here. And if you are going through the blues, do like me. Just talk perky. Sound like you're full of energy. Well, you know, I'm usually energetic. But if you have to just add a little dash of something in there to make you feel a little better, sound a little better, then do what you must, because the show has to go on. Isn't that true? Of course it is true. So what on earth? Okay. So I want to say hello to everyone tuning in this evening. And just to let you know that I'm here to keep you company until 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. this evening. And also, I have a joke. Well, it can be a joke as well as not. It depends on your level of, humor, how much you think humor is. But I'll talk about that later on. Okay, so Lady D, keep focused. Keep focused. Don't do anything else. What time is it? 21 minutes after 5 o'clock, and so I do have great selections of Elaine for you. It is my Artist Monday. What Monday is it? The second Monday in the month of October. Each and every second Monday, I am featuring an artist, right throughout the show, which is separate from the center stage featured artists, where I go live with them. So I'd like to say hello to you, and you. Let's kick it off.
Every moment that I'm away, every hour of every day, I love how you take my breath away. In your arms I'm safe, secure, every care around me melts away. When you hold me, I forget every word that I wanted to say. I am freely lost in your love, there's no one else for me. I surrender completely. Oh, my heart's racing, I'm shaking, caught up in the love we're making. This is no ordinary love, oh baby, your skin on my skin, oh, it's so good, I feel like crying. This is no ordinary love. I don't ever want to say goodbye, I can never breathe, never survive. Baby, you're my reason why I believe there's meaning in my life. I have faith in love, faith in us, and faith that this is right. I surrender forever tonight. Oh, my heart's racing, I'm shaking, caught up in the love we're making. This is no ordinary love, oh baby, your skin on my skin, oh, it's so good, I feel like crying. This is no ordinary love, extraordinary, more than special. Every moment we're together, more than love, more than enough. I'm never leaving, never. Every second, every minute, love and I've fallen in it with you and only you. Ordinary, just wanna do. My heart's racing, I'm shaking, caught up in the love we're making. This is no ordinary love, oh baby, your skin on my skin, oh, it's so good, I feel like crying. This is no ordinary love. In your arms I'm safe, secure, every care around me melts away. When you hold I can't imagine living without you, without you. My world would just stop spinning without you, without you. Floating on a cloud each time you say my name. I wanna scream out loud, you're driving me insane, driving me crazy, baby. Each time you call, I wanna fall deeper and deeper and deeper. Each time we kiss, I'm feeling deeper and deeper and deeper. When you love me like you do, baby, wanna give my all to you. Take full control, please, baby, go deeper and deeper and deeper. You say you would do anything for me, for me. You know I would give my everything for you, for you. I promise I'll make sure to keep you satisfied. Just trust me, baby, hold me tight, enjoy the ride. I'm gonna drive you crazy. Each time you call, I wanna fall deeper and deeper and deeper. Each time we kiss, I'm feeling deeper and deeper and deeper. When you love me like you do, baby, wanna give my all to you. Take full control, please, baby, go deeper and deeper and deeper. Each time you call, I wanna fall deeper and deeper and deeper. Each time we kiss, I'm feeling deeper and deeper and deeper. When you love me like you do, baby, wanna give my all to you. Take full control, please, baby, go deeper and deeper and deeper. I'm floating on a cloud each time when you say my name. I wanna scream out loud, you're driving me insane. Each time you call, I wanna fall deeper and deeper and deeper. Each time we kiss, I'm feeling deeper and deeper and deeper. When you love me like you do, baby, wanna give my all to you. Take full control, please, baby, go deeper and deeper and deeper. Each time you call, I wanna fall deeper and deeper and deeper. Each time we kiss, I'm feeling deeper and deeper and deeper. When you love me like you do, baby, wanna give my all to you. Take full control, please, baby, go deeper and deeper and deeper. Go deeper, go deeper.
And let me go to the phone line because I believe I have my guest online here. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Canute.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thanks.
Nice, nice, nice. Welcome, everyone. It is Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. That's a segment being aired right now on Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez, on a Monday afternoon. It is 5:30 p.m. Set your watches and your clocks. It's Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, Inside the Zone. My guest is Canute. I'm the only person who called your name right. Right, Canute?
Yes, you are. The first go all the time.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah. Canute Neil Ellis, his musical creativity is infectious. And so this evening, he'll be sharing about his latest project, Therapy. What is therapy? And say hello to my audience, both on YouTube, on our bandwidth. 104.5, 101.7, and the world.
Wow. Well, Lady D, good evening to you, and then greater evening to your listeners all over the world. I'm in Barbados right now, so your things stretch far and wide, not just in New York, right?
Right.
So, to all of the YouTube listeners and viewers on Facebook and everywhere else, hello, wonderful evening. If your day was great, wonderful. If it wasn't, I pray that it will be even better in the evening. So, Therapy is my latest project, like you said. It's a labor of love. It's really my life imitating this art right now, or this art imitating my life. One of the first songs that I started working on, this album was Truth, and it's really talking about living your dreams, living your purpose, and don't let nobody telling you different. Nobody tell you otherwise. Yeah. There have been some things that I've gone through in the last decade, definitely in the last 4 years, and therapy being one of them. Literally going through therapy and therapy of life, and so that's what is displayed on the album.
Oh, wonderful. So tell me now about this Grammy consideration business here.
Yes, so we released the album August 18th of this year. It was submitted to the Recording Academy, the Grammys, and my peers saw it fit that we should be considered for nomination for the Grammys, the 63rd Grammys. Actually, today is the final day for voting, and voting members of the Recording Academy get to vote for Therapy in the category of Best New Age Album, Best Album of the Year, Song of the Year, which features Smile, Best Solo Jazz, which is Drench, and Best Arrangement, Drench as well. And so we're excited. We're in 5 categories. And we're excited for that.
I commend you. And even one of my viewers on the YouTube is saying, "Good evening, Canute." So she's
good evening.
And that's
what's
Patricia.
Their name?
That's Patricia saying hi to you.
Patricia, hello, Patricia.
Yeah. So tell me now, before I talk to you about Barbados, because there's a little play hating going on with me and you right now.
Yes, it's the safest place on earth. Social COVID don't live here.
Man. So tell me now, how has, the project has evolved, and there were some painstaking moments, but the project in its entirety, how did you bring it into fruition to the point now where, people are just saying, this is worthy of a Grammy?
Yes. It's going through a lot of pain. I was robbed of a lot of things in the last decade. I was robbed of a lot of things. One of them being my creativity, and I would even go to say sanity. Peace and sanity wasn't even together. I was functioning in great high capacity. I was a technical director of the largest facility in the U.S. on the East Coast that seats 10,000 people. I was running a team of 33 people, and just managing in the last 4 years, I've managed $2 million of upgrade. And so it's always been like just helping people's ministry and other things just thrive. And then I am dying inside in terms of my creativity and putting out music and other material to bless people and help people get over their journey, And in going through therapy and just going through hearing that I can't just accept defeat. I never did before, It's always just been something that you feel like, well, this is the last time, I really can't go on. And I was just encouraged that I can't just do that. I have to do what I'm called for. So songs like Truth and Your Word that features Glacia Robinson, a song called Silver Lining that features Samantha Gooden. I talk about Smile, Don't Let Them Get You Down. Those songs would ring out in my mind and inside my heart, that I had to make them. And so when I contacted Samantha and going, hey, I have this idea for this song, and she she heard the brief and she took it, and we team up and we say, okay, this is how we're going to do it, and we write it together. Same for Your Word with Glacia and myself and Emerson. And seeing those songs come to life was just like a new life for me. And so I was like, I couldn't wait for the world to hear it, And so those songs are touching people all across the world. And I just give thanks because these people would hear my gibberish and hear the thoughts that I would often banish, because that's what it was for a long period of my life, where nobody would foster those things and encourage me.
Right. Well, I'm going to say, yay, Canute. You are moving ahead in your giftings and your calling, and I'm very, very happy for you. And, you know, something I want you to plug, because you say today is the last day, so you need to galvanize as much as you can, support as you can to get it going. So put that out there another time, please.
Yes, so Therapy, Canute Neil Ellis, is for your consideration, for your Grammy consideration. All voting members of the Recording Academy, vote your conscience, vote Therapy. We're in the Best New Age Album, Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Jazz Improvisation, Best Arrangement Vocal, Drench. And so we'd love for you to go listen to it. There's a smart link, and it's really just smart therapy. Or you could check my social media, Canute Neil Ellis, CANUTE NEILELLIS. Super easy all across social media, IG, FB. I'm even on Twitter, Lady D. Can you imagine?
Yes,
I just got Twitter.
I saw you pop up there.
I'm like so young and hip now. I'm on Twitter. I'm like, I could just tweet something,
Well, guess what?
So check me out on social media.
Right.
Go stream it, purchase it, download it, name it. If you can't afford it, just inbox me and it's yours. Like, the music is here for everybody. We really don't care about sales. We really just want to get the material out to people. Because since it's been out, Lady D, the amount of men that message me telling me that they never thought they needed therapy. And because they hear my story, yes, it's a movement. Right now I'm talking to, I can't name some of the people, but some heavyweights wanting us to do a men's summit. And we're going to do it this month to talk about, mental illness, depression, to talk about the things that men are plagued with that people not paying attention to. I often would say this. Women, you need to encourage your brothers, your fathers, your uncles, your men, your boyfriend, whatever capacity a man, encourage them. They just need to be heard. When I check the stats of my my Spotify, it says 72% male in the last 28 days listen to therapy. And 28% female listen to therapy. And it says more men are listening to this because it's getting breakthrough. But I want to encourage the women, people like Patricia, get it for somebody, get it for somebody you know, or somebody you know and love, that they can hear this and hear my journey. And obviously, it will encourage them that they too can get over. So it's not so much about the Grammy, it's touching people's lives, and that's what I'm excited about.
Well, I am pleased because this is a twofold project then. You're touching the side of humanity, and you are also elevating your career. And so that is what it is all about. Nothing beat, Canute, than when you're passionate about something, even when somebody say, no, Sir Canute, I don't think that going to work. And you go after it, and you go after it, and then now it is worthy of nomination in the Grammys. And we know the Grammy is an international award when awarded. And everybody wants to know that's on their resume, right? So I am saying kudos to you and to all those who are part of the project. And looking forward, so I have to go to, when I saw Glacia put out her thing, that's when I went on Spotify. Because I wasn't on Spotify.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm a production coordinator for that album, and I mixed that album.
Yes, I know. So I went on and, did what I have to do. So now the favor is in yours.
Yes,
I'm in your
yes,
favor
yes,
and
yes.
stuff. So
Thank you. You're
blessings.
so right. You know, it rings different when it's yours. Like I have a Grammy nomination, but with other people that I've worked with, which is great. You know, having a Grammy nomination.
Yes.
But this being considered, you know, says for your blood, sweat, and tears, and your life it got you.
That's
It
right.
rings different. It means something much more different than those. You know.
Yes, big ups to you. Big ups, big ups, big ups.
Thank
20
you.
minutes to 6 o'clock. That's a wrap, Canute. Gotta go. Bless you. Love you. Wishing you all the best. And of
Love you.
course, I'm jumping over to Spotify when I reach home.
Yes, man. Thank you, and thank you. Keep up the great work. Bye, all to all your listeners all across the world.
Thank you so much. Blessings.
Okay, bless you too. Bye.
All righty. That's the voice of Canute. It's Canute. Neil, Neil Ellis. And it's not the first that he has appeared on my platform. He's one of those creative minds. And it is true. A lot of times we see people just happy-go-lucky, nice thing, and they're dying inside, some drama happening with them, and they're just about to fall apart. And until they say something is wrong with me, you know, something really wrong with me, I need to go get myself checked out, you know, they'll stay there and just one day pop. And when they pop, I'm telling you, it's devastating. So kudos to Canute Neil Ellis. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. Stay with me. I'll be right back.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereida Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
It's about time I get on and say good afternoon to my viewers on my YouTube channel, Inside the Zone with Lady D. How you all doing? Hope you had a great weekend. Want to say hi to Pat. Hey, Pat. Want to say hi to Reets. How are you? Rita Rowe is there. And there's some other people who are on, but they're out on the veranda. They have not stepped into the living room. So I can't see you, but you need to step inside. So I'd like to say, hey, I'm real country. You know? Oh, Lord, every now and again that side of me just pop out. Isn't it nice? They will tell you, even in the study of English language, no matter how well spoken, well structured, you know your grammar, you know your synonym, your verbs, your adverbs, your past participle, no matter what it is. And you put them, you structure them, man, in your sentence and your phrasings and stuff. And you do your thing. But make somebody touch your toe and see what happens. The real you pop out. Your native Creole pop out. So to the best and wisest of us, there's always something that's going to have to cause you to talk a little patois or something because somebody rubbed you wrong. Take it from me. Good afternoon to you. It is, of course, my featured artist is Elaine out of Jamaica. She is my featured artist today, being the second Monday in the feature of the show, the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. This is Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM, 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. That is our telephone number to the Linkage Radio station. And I'm sitting in my chair, sticking and staying with you until what time? 7 p.m. To those of you who are streaming live from Jamaica like Reets, it is now what time, Reets, for you? It is 4:45, so it is 4:44, right? Yeah. So hi to everybody. Sometimes when we're in the Eastern Standard Time and you hear, oh man, we're an hour ahead, we would like to say, I wish I were in that time. But time is time. It's like a dollar is a dollar no matter where you go. Some more music for you, right after which I'll be back with my feature this afternoon. Callaloo, a Jamaica ting. we'll be talking about Callaloo. You love Callaloo like me? Yep, I love Callaloo too. Me too.
Whoa, yeah. Time is wasting. We were meant to love each other. Yeah. Whoa. Separation is the root of all our problems. Whoa. If I hurt you, then I hurt myself. Hate you, then I hate myself. If I kill you, I kill me. But if I love you like I love me, and if I treat you like I treat me, oh, what a world this would be. Oh, what a world. When I see you are me, whoa, yeah, you are me. We are dying, bodies lying in the street. Yeah, yeah, yeah. From the silence, unmarked graves are crying out for peace. Whoa. If I turn my back and walk away, say that's not me, so I'm okay. I fail, 'cause it goes on and on again. But if I love you like I love me, and if I treat you like I treat me, oh, what a world this would be. Oh, what a world. When I see you are me and I am you, one blood, one spirit, one world we live in, and we could be the change we need. If I love you like I love me, and if I treat you like I treat me, oh, what a world, what a world, what a world this would be. Oh, what a world. When I see, if I love you the way I love me, and if I treat you like I treat me, oh, what a world, what a world, what a world, what a world, what a world. When I see, oh, what a world, what a world, what a world. When I see you are me, you are, you are me, yeah, yeah.
It is the second Monday feature of the show, the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Good afternoon to you. You are over, sir, up, sir, and down, sir. Wherever you are, I'd like to say hi, hi, hi. My name is Denise, the Lady D Gomez. With the exception of the Lady D, everything else is on my birth certificate, my birth certificate. So I want to say hi to you on a Monday. And if you're driving around and you're hearing my voice and you're like, man, Lady D, you just cool. So, and it's just me. I'm here to keep your company until 7 p.m. this evening. Want to give you a quote right now for a Monday. Life is an adventure. We get out of it what we put into it. Wouldn't you agree? Mondays don't have to be terrible. Make them magical instead. I said that the issue is not Monday. The issue is action without motivation. It's time to readjust your mind. Monday mornings no longer have to be a dreaded moment in your life. For me, accountability has its foundation in the past, but the emphasis is on the future. Doing what you said you would do within the time frame, you should have done it. Every day is different, and so some days are better than others. But no matter how challenging the day, I get up and live it. Let this Monday be a great one. And so we have so many hours left to wrap up Monday. So if you're started out, then perk it up. And I'm here to do just that with you. Are you ready for me to take you now to a Jamaica ting at 10 minutes to 6 o'clock, reminding you at 6 p.m., keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. Pat, what you said? I'm eating a callaloo patty. Okay, Pat, I hear you. Oh, Lord, coming up right now is a Jamaica ting. If you are not Jamaican, I'd like to welcome you. You're from across the Caribbean and the world at large. This show is just for you. It doesn't matter. I'm a Jamaican, and so I like to talk about my country. So do you. You share stories of your country with me. How about that?
It's a land of special people, a place where champions grow, a magical vibe, so much more than you will ever know. You can't ignore the music, reggae's so profound, and when it comes to the track, you know that Jamaica won't back down. On top of the world, we're more than just an island in the sun. A great nation, Bob Marley say, welcome everyone to Jamaica, sweet Jamaica.
Yeah, come to Jamaica. Welcome. Come eat some callaloo with me, man. Come eat some callaloo. A Jamaica ting. It's all about the callaloo. Callaloo. Callaloo, sometimes callaloo, or callaloo, is a popular Caribbean vegetable dish. There are many variants across the Caribbean depending on the availability of local vegetables. The main ingredient is an indigenous leaf vegetable, traditionally either amaranth, known by many local names including callaloo but not spinach due to taste and texture. And so known by many names including cocoa and tania. Here we go. Since the leaf vegetable used in some regions may be locally called callaloo or callaloo bush, dasheen leaves, some confusion can arise among the vegetables with the dish itself. This, as many other Caribbean dishes, are remnants of West African cuisine. Let's talk about some cooking variations here. Outside the Caribbean, water spinach is occasionally used. Trinidadians, Grenadians, and Dominicans primarily use taro or dasheen bush for callaloo, although Dominicans also use water spinach. Jamaicans, Belizeans, St. Lucians, and Guyanese, on the other hand, use the name callaloo to refer to amaranth and use it in a plethora of dishes, and also a drink, callaloo juice. Ever had callaloo juice out there, somebody? The callaloo made in Jamaica is different from the callaloo made in Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, and rest of the Caribbean in terms of main ingredient, the leaf used, and other ingredients included. Now let's talk about some of the recipes here. Callaloo in Trinidad and Tobago and other Eastern Caribbean countries is generally made with okra and dasheen or water spinach. There are many variations of callaloo, which may include coconut milk, crab, conch, Caribbean lobster, meats, pumpkin, chili peppers, and other seasonings, such as chopped onions and garlic. The ingredients are added and simmered down to a somewhat stew-like consistency. When done, callaloo is dark green in color and is served as a side dish which may be used as a gravy for other food. Callaloo is widely known throughout the Caribbean and has a distinctively Caribbean origin, utilizing indigenous plants and modified with African influences such as okra. Trinidadians have embraced this dish from their ancestors and over time have added, come back here to me, come back here to me. Okay, I'm sorry about that. And have added ingredients such as a coconut milk to modify its flavor. Callaloo is mostly served as a side dish for Trinidadians, Bajans, and Grenadians. It usually accompanies rice, macaroni pie, and a meat of choice. In Guyana, it is made in various ways without okra. In Jamaica, callaloo is often combined with saltfish and is usually seasoned with tomatoes, onion, escallion, scotch bonnet peppers, and margarine or cooking oil and steamed. It is often eaten with roasted breadfruit, Lord, boiled green bananas and dumplings, and it is a popular breakfast dish. Am I causing any harm to anyone out there? In Grenada, callaloo is steamed with garlic, onion, and coconut milk and is often eaten as a side dish. Grenadians also stir or blend the mixture until it has a smooth, consistent texture. Callaloo soup, comprising callaloo okra, which is optional, dumplings, ground provision like yam, potato, sweet and Irish, chicken and beef is traditionally eaten on Saturdays. It is also one of the most important ingredients in oil down. What on earth is that one? Oil down. The island's national dish. In which country? I'm sorry, I'm reading and my thoughts are coming out aloud. I do apologize to my listeners and viewers. The island's national dish, comprising steamed breadfruit, callaloo dumplings, ground provision, carrot, and several varieties of meat, saltfish, chicken, pork. All of this is steamed in coconut milk and saffron powder. Salt and pepper is added due to the high iron content of callaloo. Grenadians douse it down with a fruit drink high in vitamin C, especially as iron could only be absorbed in the presence of vitamin C. In the Virgin Islands, callaloo is served with a dish of fungi on the side. In Guadeloupe, callaloo or crab is a traditional Easter dish. A similar variation is a recipe called the laying, which is popular in the Philippines, mainly the Bicol region. So there you have it. Everybody love callaloo. Over here, so up there, so down there, so everybody love callaloo. And I love callaloo. I don't like when, like when you go to the restaurants, and granted, they can't help themselves. And, because it's on the steamer for such a long time, it get all soggy and stuff. I don't like it like that. I like when you put it in, you steam it a little bit, and it still has that crunchy taste. That's me. Don't like when, what we use the term softy. It's a Jamaica thing. Anybody know about softy? Yeah. So, my name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. That's a wrap for my A Jamaica Ting on a Monday afternoon. 2 minutes and counting to our segment coming up. Pat say I'm stimulating our taste buds. Oh, Lord. Pat. So I'd like to say hello to everybody. And those of you who are listening on 104.5, 101.7, Eddie, Donald, Yam Lady, Gloria, and who else? Vernon and Arlene. What happened to Tafari? And who else? I'm trying to remember some of the names. But hello, everybody. Blessings to you, and I hope you're good. I just featured callaloo. You never heard callaloo so good before, right?
And of special people, a place where champions grow, a magical vibe, so much more than you will never know. You can't ignore the music, reggae so profound, and when it comes to the track, you know that Jamaica won't back down. On top of the world, we're more than just an island in the sun. A great nation, my mind is saying, welcome everyone to Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Come experience Come seek me out.
It is now 6 o'clock.
Welcome to Jamaica. Don't you ever
Don't forget the show is brought to you by,
But now we're bound
the show is brought to you by, I need to have him in the background. Yeah, nice like that. Don't forget the show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Want to say good day to you, and you. And while I'm stimulating your taste buds, I cooked soup on Saturday. Did a soup on Saturday. And it was split peas. Mr. Chris Wilby.
Good afternoon, Lady D.
Good afternoon, Chris Wilby.
Oh, you know,
We're good over here. So how is it over, sir?
it's cold.
Lord, Chris, all that bad. We not reached there so yet. Hello.
Yeah, man. Me can't bother. I start getting depressed already.
Chris, you sound stressed.
Everybody know.
You sound stressed and done. Like you just say, I'm done with you now. Weather. That's where you're at, Mr. Wilby. You're done with the weather. Hello. Mr. Wilby?
Yes, are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you now.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying.
Yes, sir.
I hope you're hearing me loud and clear. I was saying that everybody know me and know that as it start getting a little bit chilly, I start complaining, because I can't deal with the cold at all. I need to go to Jamaica.
Oh, I wish I could send you, but you can't go now.
Well, may I tell you?
You cannot go now because now is not the right time.
Exactly.
So I was about to share with them how I did soup on Saturday. So usually I put out a post on a Saturday morning called Saturday Morning Runnings. And I'm always pulling stuff, right? And reflective of the good old days, whether you have to kneel down on your knee, use cloth, shine your floor, whatnot. Okay, so I was running late. On Saturday, and so I said I had planned out from Friday to do soup, split peas, and my aunt likes it, so I said let me make it. So make the soup. While I'm making it, somebody else call and say, I miss my Saturday morning runnings. Where is it? I said, okay. So I came up with the idea to just take a picture of my soup bubbling in the pot. Did you see it, Chris Wilby?
I absolutely did.
Okay. So somebody else now send me a note to say, boy, Denise, me never know you could have cooked. I'm like, what? I'm like, these people must have just think so me come on radio and do little something out so and just I'm like, people, I know to stove up. I might not boast off but I can stove up something. So everybody say they want something.
Them think you're pretty buff on.
Right. I like my soup.
Is that a lot of people, they when you look a certain way, a lot of people attribute cooking to housewives, and they have a certain image of a housewife, of what a housewife should look like. So if you look too sophisticated, or if you look too well put together or whatnot, they just believe that you can't cook.
Man, I have to say, some people, I am not putting out, my cuisines. I don't come and say, boy, me drop a cooking. No, I don't do that. I'll do my little stove up and thing. When I got home Saturday, because I did it in the afternoon because I had to run out. When I got back home, my auntie drink up her soup long time. But hear the comment, hear the response. Boy, you put your foot in a this one. Certain phrase, hear it for some time. She said me put my
Oh
foot in this
boy.
soup. Anyway, so how you? So I wish I could have shared the soup with, the social media. I was only saying it's my Saturday morning runnings. So
Okay.
if I were to have shared it with everybody, you would all have to come with 1 teaspoon. So,
Because the pot's so little.
yeah, because somebody who knows my aunt and myself said, "Boy, you and Paula one can drink off the soup." I'm like, "No, we really don't plan to just walks off the soup by ourselves." Boy, so that's our little thing. We have to do something before we start talk.
Yes.
5 minutes after
All
6
right.
o'clock. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the segment keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. And boy, we have a lot to talk about. Social issues, interaction, discipline, everything in community life. But before that, we do have to start off with keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. What time is it? 6 minutes after 6 o'clock. Keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts, brought to you each and every Monday here inside the zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez, at 6 p.m. As always, my partner in news on a Monday afternoon is Chris Wilby of Caribbean Vibes Radio. It's my pleasure always to have you, Chris Wilby, and I always offer you the courtesy of starting off with the first headline of the afternoon.
And it is always my pleasure to be here, Lady D. Thank you very much, and good afternoon to the listeners. Once again, a Monday afternoon, and if it's Monday, we have news for you. All right, so I'm going to start off this evening with some news out of the Business Insider. And the headline says, armed groups say they will show up to polling sites on election day, and experts are afraid it will intimidate voters. Far-right groups are planning up to patrol polling sites on election day, some of them armed, causing experts to worry about the possibility of violent clashes and voter intimidation. Stuart Rhodes, the leader of a far-right group called the Oath Keepers, told the Los Angeles Times on Saturday that his members would be, quote-unquote, out on election day to protect people who are voting. He said some would be carrying concealed weapons. A QAnon-affiliated group has also been talking on Telegram, describing heavily armed MAGA patriots preparing for election day, according to the Times. The Times, in turn, cited the Site Intelligence Group, which tracks extremists online. Laws differ by state when it comes to whether you can bring a weapon to a polling site, concealed, unconcealed, or at all. Openly carrying a firearm at a polling station could be interpreted as voter intimidation, which is illegal in the U.S. Rhodes said if push comes to shove, his members would draw their weapons. Rhodes said he was worried about the radical left targeting voters. A Pew Research survey at the end of July found that Trump supporters were more likely than Biden supporters to prefer in-person voting this year. I'll be voting in person, and so will everybody else I know. And I think the radical left knows that, Rhodes said. Rhodes said that his group will report issues to the police initially, but that he's not confident police will do their job. He said if his group noticed, for example, protesters at polling sites with guns, we're going to intervene. We have done it before, he said. If the groups are doing their job, we'll just stand by. They're not, we'll step in. Cassie Miller, a senior researcher with the Southern Poverty Law Center, told the Times that chances are really high that we are going to see militia members, armed groups, or Trump supporters who are armed at the polls. Not only are these people willing to participate in voter intimidation, but they are hoping to create this chaotic moment, Miller said. There's an unwillingness to accept anything but a Trump victory. Devin Burghardt, the executive director of the Institute for Research and Education on Human Rights, told the Times that his group believed far-right groups would be standing by at polls in Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, and the act of showing up armed is certainly a deterrent to folks showing up to vote. Bogart said people could report such groups via his group's app, which is designated to alert local observers. Lady D.
Thieves target Crossroad Market vendors, courtesy of the Jamaica Observer. Vendors at the Crossroad Market in St. Andrew are growing frustrated with a series of robberies that has plagued their livelihoods in recent weeks. Shop owners there told the Jamaica Observer that unknown assailants have broken into the market at least 3 times in the past 2 weeks, taking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of goods. Among the items stolen were shoes, liquor, tin food, household items, as well as cash. Quote, I lost about $250,000 worth of goods. Arden Lloyd, a store operator whose business was looted last Thursday, lamented. I came here in the morning and discovered my store broken into. Them used crowbar and break into the shop, and it looked like they all had time to go through and take what they want to take, because all the shoes and the clothes I had in the store, them gone with it, said Lloyd. Nearby, another vendor, Leonie Campbell, who operates a variety store, said they took all the liquor, tin food, lotion, phone cards, cigarettes, snacks, shopping bags. They gone with all the things that will sell my regular daily sales, and they took some cash also. She says, I have to wonder how the security here and that happened. I thought the market was secure because you have a security guard here, and every week I pay my market fee. From what I rough check so far, I am nearly at $200,000 worth of goods that I have lost. Today, when my customer come here and most of the things that they wanted, I didn't have to sell them because they took most of those things. That killed my business. I hope they make it more secure, but I can't give up because this is what I live off and I have children going to school, Campbell said yesterday. The vendors blamed the spate of break-ins on inadequate security provided by Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, the KSAMC, even as they continue to pay a weekly fee to sell inside the market. They also complained that watchmen hired by the Municipal Corporation to guard the market at night are not sufficiently equipped to stave off thieves who prey on their business. Quote, this is a regular thing with these watchmen who are hired by KSAMC and the management team not doing anything about it. And yet we pay our market fee every week. And you have to register on a yearly basis because we are licensed vendors, said Lloyd. The KSAMC was yet to engage vendors on how the market will be better secured given the recent robberies. Meanwhile, Gary Robotham, commercial service manager at the KSAMC, told the Observer that the corporation will meet with the vendors once a full report is submitted by the overseers of the market. Go ahead, Mr. Wilby.
Roberta McCain, the mother of late Senator John McCain, has died at the age of 108. The family announced that on Monday. Cindy McCain, the senator's widow, announced the death in a tweet. It is with great sadness that I announce the death of my wonderful mother-in-law, Roberta McCain, Cindy McCain tweeted. I couldn't have asked for a better role model or a better friend. She joins her husband Jack, her son John, and daughter Sandy. Roberta McCain was involved with her son's presidential campaign in 2008 when he was the Republican nominee, traveling with the campaign despite being 96 at the time. My mother was raised to be a strong, determined woman who thoroughly enjoyed life and always tried to make the most of her opportunities, the Arizona Republican wrote in one of his books. She was encouraged to accept graciously and with good humor the responsibilities and sacrifices her choices have required of her. I am grateful to her for the strength she taught me by example. Roberta McCain, born February 1912, met John S. McCain Jr. while she was a freshman at University of Southern California. They eloped to Tijuana, Mexico, and later had 3 children, according to the Washington Post. Her husband became a 4-star Navy admiral who led the U.S. invasion of the Dominican Republic in 1965 and commanded troops in the Pacific during the Vietnam War. Senator John McCain followed in his father's footsteps by becoming a Navy pilot during the Vietnam War when his parents learned he was shot down over Hanoi. His mother wrote a letter to then-President Lyndon B. Johnson, according to the Post. As the parent of a son who was shot down in Hanoi last week and is now a prisoner of war, I wonder if you are interested to know that both my husband and I back you and your policies 100% in Vietnam, she wrote. One reads so much of her other opinions that I just hope that you and the people really making the sacrifice believe in our country and in you. May God bless you and keep you strong in your courage and convictions. The late Arizona senator was isolated and tortured for 5.5 years before returning to the U.S. Roberta McCain, at age 106, attended her son's 2008 memorial services in Washington, D.C. in a wheelchair after he died of an aggressive form of brain cancer at 81 years old.
Kicked out after 15 years. Household worker Sharon Ferguson was seemingly, in cricket terms, been kicked out of a no ball after spending over 15 years at the crease batting for one of Jamaica's legends. Ferguson cared for former Test cricketer umpire Johnny Gale and his wife Marjorie, who predeceased him. But after Gale died September 15 at age 96, the live-in household worker was dismissed without the requisite compensation that would follow, including redundancy. She was given 1 week's verbal notice and pay for 5 days. Ferguson was also given an ultimatum to move, which expired on Friday, but before that had water to the premises cut off for 1 day last week. Now the matter could be headed for a legal showdown, as Ferguson, who said she was employed by daughter of the deceased man, Althea Gale Archer, in 2005 to look after her parents, is insisting that she ought to be paid off and has engaged the services of veteran attorney at law, former public defender Earl Witter QC, to represent her interest. Witter has since written to Gale Archer, who is said to be living in the United States, but who came to Jamaica to manage funeral arrangements for her father, who has 2 other sons, Errol and Val. Witter, in a letter to Gale Archer dated October 6, copied to Ferguson and the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, a copy of which was seen briefly by the Jamaica Observer, demanded full compensation for Ferguson and pledged to fight her battle with vigor to ensure that justice is served. Among the demands made by Witter is for 20 weeks' salary to be paid to Ferguson, representing 2 weeks per year for the first 10 years of her continuous employment, a further 15 weeks' pay representing 3 weeks' compensation per year for the last 5 years of her employment, and 5 weeks' pay in lieu of notice, based upon the provisions of the Employment, Termination and Redundancy Payments Act of 1974. Ferguson's dismissal was described by Witter in the letter as being unlawful and contrary to what the Act prescribes, and went further to call the action by Gale Archer as cruel and reprehensibly inhumane. Legal fees are being asked by Witter, who gave Gale Archer up to Friday, October 8, to settle the matter or face legal consequences. The soft-spoken household helper confirmed to the Sunday Observer yesterday that she was no longer at the Carvalho Drive Kingston 10 house where she has spent most of the last 15 years working double-digit hours daily and being on call throughout the night if anything went wrong. And I quote, "Yes, I moved out yesterday," as Solomon Ferguson stated. "It's a very sad situation. Sad, sad," was among the few words that she was prepared to utter. She referred to the Sunday Observer Twitter, who, when contacted by telephone, sounded surprised that the newspaper had become aware of the matter. And I quote, "I'm representing Miss Ferguson, and I have been in discussion with the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. But how did you get so much information on the matter?" Anyway, my only comment is the plot thickens. Witter submitted before saying that he was dealing with another issue and had to go. When the Sunday Observer visited the Carvalho Drive residence yesterday in search of a member of the Gale family for a comment, no one ventured out to answer knocks on the mailbox or honks from the vehicle's horn. On the first visit at 11:21 a.m., several knocks on the mailbox went unanswered. A motor car was parked in the driveway and a radio was playing in the background. A passerby walking his dog at the time of the Sunday Observer's first visit suggested sought a voice that someone had left the premises not too long before. And the article continues, and we do understand where that is leading to eventually. It is now 21 minutes after 6 o'clock. We'll be transitioning in a few minutes to, of course, Community Life. And in Community Life this afternoon, some interesting conversations that we have found online in terms of video recordings that have been published on social media. And one of them caught my attention. It's not in no way laughable, but I wondered to myself, at some point, how do we draw the line as adults when we are engaging in some kind of verbal combat with a child? Where do we draw the line? And so that's what we want to ask the question, how much is too much? Because here we found and saw a mother who is defending her son, who is a young boy, in combat with the other boy who is the bully, and it turned out to be a very messy situation. Chris?
Yes, madam.
And you also,
Lady,
and you also,
there's an article here, Lady D, and I will read it later on. But it says here, Biden and Trump search for the quote-unquote possible imaginary undecided voters. Now, I would like to find out from the listeners if you at this point know anybody, or if you believe that anybody is still undecided about who they are going to vote for in the general elections. It would be interesting to hear their views.
Right, and how long is it going to take you to make up your mind?
Exactly.
Okay.
And what it's going to take.
Indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Community Life, and we would like to remind you that in order for you to have a discussion with us, there has to be a telephone number that you need to call. 914-600-4228. That is 914-600-4228. And we ask the question, how much is too much? While I would have liked to play the video for you, regrettably we can't, because as it turns out, oh Lord, the mother got so upset that, they started to exchange expletives. So, and
too much bad word.
Too much bad. I was about to say, as we know it, bad word.
Yes. Too much bad word, Lady D. You can't play it for the radio at all.
Regrettably, we can't play it.
Yeah.
But we can certainly bring you in the know as to what happened. Now, there is a caller online. Good afternoon. Let me see if I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady D, again, and good afternoon, Chris. How are you both on this rainy, rainy day?
We're sounding quite perky, don't you think?
Doing fantastic.
All right. Lady D, there's a saying, thou shalt not tempt. You're tempting us on Saturday morning with your split pea soup bubbling. Oh my God, I saw the dumpling and the
Everything
corn,
float,
and the pot was just boiling.
floating on top
That's wonderful.
with my two little,
Wonderful.
what was on top of it? My two little pimento seed.
Yes.
You never have any chicken in there, Lady D.
You know, Chris Wilby. You know, I don't
It's
do meat.
just split peas. You don't put
I
chicken
had
in the
shrimp.
split peas.
Shrimp was in there because I don't do meat.
Oh, you had.
Right, so shrimp.
Okay.
Well, you could count the shrimp.
All
but
right.
shrimp-
Yeah, I know.
So
I know that you don't eat meat, you know. So I was tempted with the chicken there, you know.
so-
Oh, okay.
Chris, here's the joke now. So my aunt, all right, so we discussed the soup business from Friday, right? I said, fine. Then she said, oh, so what we going to put in it? I said, well, I could either just do it, you know, as is, but put a lot of carrots and so on for vegetable consistency and stuff. Then she said, oh, may have some shrimp. Me forget me have shrimp that in the freezer you could use. So, you know, unknowingly to Denise, I did not know the quantity. So on Saturday when I went to the freezer and took out the shrimp, I'm like, all right then. You say, okay, this is the shrimp. So the rest is history.
Oh, boy.
But it worked out fine. So it was not no bag of shrimp thing, right?
Yes.
Right. But
Okay.
it came out fine. It came out quite fine.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, Lady D. I just want to respond to the topic about the labor relations in Jamaica with the housekeeper and
Yes.
her
Yes.
employer. You know, Jamaica has turned out to be Little America, and there is nothing wrong with having labor relations department out there, because I have heard some horrible stories of some folks who employ helpers and they treat them very unfairly. And if this is what it takes to get some form of justice, I applaud this housekeeper, because you could tell that she was
She's
terminated
hurt.
unjustly.
Of course. She has been
You
looking
know,
at working
and
there for 15 years. And you're just...
can you imagine? That's a long time. And she ought to be compensated, of course. So if it means her going to the labor board, so be it. You know, when you hit somebody in the pocket where it hurts them the most, then they will feel it. I empathize with this lady, and she is due some form of compensation. And let them pay up. And then I bet you they would not meter out that injustice to another person. You know, they would think more fairly and more kindly,
Yes.
you know, about what they're going to do on the next go around. So her case will set an example for employers who treat their employees unfairly and unjustly.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you, Pat.
Yes. Okay, you're welcome, Lady D.
All right, blessings.
I'll
to
give
you.
somebody else a chance, okay?
Okay, thank you. No
Oh, all right. Thank you, Pat.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 29 minutes after 6 o'clock. If you are just joining us, welcome to Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts. Do we have another caller online? All right. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228. Okay, Chris. So we saw this video between a mother who has a son, and it appears there's this young boy in the community who has been beating up on her son. He's a bully. So it seemed, Lord Jesus. So she seemed to have come down the roadway, right? And saw both her son and the boy. And then she was it appeared she was lay-waiting him. So she goes up and she says, "You are the boy who has been bullying my son. What are you troubling him for?" You know, and she's going on. And the boy is reacting to her and so on. And I mean, he started to get very abrasive with her.
Yes.
And so I tell people, you know, with all good intentions, you can say, fine, you're going to have a discussion with a child who is, you know, beating up on your child. But if the child starts to react to you a certain way and coming up on your person, coming up in your face and using bad words to you as we know it, expletives, indecent language, and you are angered by it because you're trying to say to this child, leave my son alone, right? So that's one scenario of it. She went on to say, as you and I have seen the video, asking her son, because her son is taller, but clearly he doesn't have that fighting spirit. So she's saying to him, look how him little and you make him a beat you up. But the boy, he's not that inclined. You can tell he's no fighter. Right?
He's not a fighter,
He's
yes.
not. You could tell he's not an aggressive child. So she and this Pickney is having a big time face off. And I mean, she had a stick, or he had the stick first. I don't remember. You recall who had this stick? But she had
I think she came there with the stick.
She came with
if
it.
I'm not mistaken.
So,
yeah, I think so.
So it's almost like he wanted to get the stick from her as to what he was planning to do with it. And your guess is as good as mine. But he was attempting to get it from her, and even passers-by, motorists, slowed down, looking at this exchange out in the open public on the roadway. And I mean, the Pickney was just getting on with this woman. And so she herself now is angered by it and started to curse him back. To the point where she then said, I'm sorry, but this part I had to pull back the thing to hear what she really said. She said that if she wasn't going to church, she would tell him, and then she started to tell him what she would tell him if she wasn't going to church. The poor woman.
Yes, well,
oh God. No.
Yeah.
So now.
Go ahead.
No. So that is, ladies and gentlemen, we would love to have played the video for you, but it have bad words in there. We can't. We're just trying to give you a brief.
Too much bad words. It can't play. But you see, one of the things, Lady D, is there are many different layers. Because I was kind of thinking about it, and there are many different layers to the thing. Obviously, this mother's son was being bullied by this kid. Now, this kid that was doing the bully obviously has issues. He has very, very serious issues. He has anger management problem, and who knows what else he has, what kind of problem. So, and then the mother, who is trying to defend her son, approached him. She did not approach him in the correct manner. And I don't know if that is one of the main reasons why it triggered something in him, or this is just how the kid is. You know what I mean? So there was a whole lot going on here, and the kid was being disrespectful to her. She was being disrespectful to him. She was shouting and calling him. But there's a lot going on there. But one thing that I came away with is that that bully, he really needs some intervention. And if he continues, unfortunately, if he continues down this path, he's going to end up in serious trouble with the law.
Now, what caught my attention is when the mother was going back clearly up to her house, she was walking up a hill, on the road going up, and you could hear the voice of a woman saying, him is a little rapist. Now we're looking at a little person. Go back and watch it. In the background, you're hearing a lady saying, him is a little rapist, him rape off, and she is saying who him rape off. So I'm saying this is bigger than what we watched. Clearly,
Yes,
clearly,
obviously.
he is dominating his community in that kind of way. And you and I know most, let me not say most, hence people think I'm generalizing. There are some parents, right? If you come at their children, they have no qualms coming at you.
Yeah, that's true.
They
That's
will
true.
go and they'll pull out another child out of a classroom and beat that picnic and say, next time you see this one, don't touch him. So there are parents who are like that. Now, in the ideal, we would think that maybe she should go down to the child's mother and say, listen, my son is being bullied. Him come home and tell me several times that your son is beating up on him. Can you tell him not to do it, right? In the ideal and in a principled way, that would be the right thing to do.
Right.
But clearly, she know that this maybe not going to work. Who knows if she don't know the back office of home, where he's coming from? You never know. The community...
Exactly. The community knows these guys.
Knows.
And I'll go a little bit further too. I remember growing up in my community where we had a few of these kind of guys, and I'm quite sure that every community in Jamaica, you can relate that, there are some of these guys that are, I don't know if it has something to do with the kind of parenting, because I remember my mother used to tell me, don't associate with this person or XYZ person, because she used to use the phrase bad company.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, there are certain things, and when it goes on in the community, people will always point, and the first finger they point at is Mas Joe Boy.
Yes.
Or Mas Tom's son, because him had a bad picnic in the area, and sometimes it's because the parental guidance is just not there.
And what is happening too is that, and we come back to it, and it's a twofold discussion. And for persons who are listening and you'd like to call with your comments, we welcome. We have a call coming in. Good afternoon. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know.
Lady B, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hey, Jack.
Good afternoon, Chris.
What's up?
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I am okay. I actually, I made a little joke on the site on the YouTube, but I really didn't realize there was a video of someone out there like that, but this is a very serious topic.
It is.
It is a very serious topic, because I can tell you firsthand how bullying affects you as a parent, because my son went through it. He went through it in elementary school, and it was at a level where one evening he was coming from school and he got mobbed by a group of young kids, and they were not older than 8 and 9 years old. I think the eldest one in that group was 9.
What?
But yes, and they mobbed him, and they were demanding money from him. And I was on my way to pick him up from school, and he was walking from after school just to meet me right by Seymour Avenue there. He was going to PS 78 at the time. And it was a lady that rescued him, a lady from the project. She was a security guard, and they rescued him because they were mobbing him because they thought that he had money and they wanted money from him. But, I was really angry. But like you said, your approach can escalate the whole thing, because my instincts or my feelings at the time was to find them and smack them, beat them.
Yes.
But I couldn't do that. I had to take it to one of them. I knew the parent because I would see the parents come to drop him off in the mornings. But, like you said, you can look at somebody and you can tell what household they're coming from. So the conversation that I would have with this lady, it wouldn't go well. So say, I spoke to the other parent the following day about the child's behavior. And let me tell you something, the words that came out of that woman's mouth in front of her child and the other children, it was something to behold.
There you go.
So, so we have to look at the household that they're coming from.
Absolutely.
And
most of the time,
as hard as it is, we cannot get down to their level. And what I had to do was to seek help for my son, so it wouldn't affect him.
Yes. Hello. Hello. All right, we have a break in transmission here. My device just went down, but good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're still with me. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. I'd like to welcome you to the segment keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts here on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7. It's Inside the Zone. Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. And so I do apologize for that. We are having rains on the outside, and I do believe something went awry just now. So it shut down the computer that my calls are being routed through. But of course, I'll continue. And I do see somebody is calling me back. Good afternoon. Are you there?
Lady D?
Yes.
Yes, I must say I really agree with you, both you, Chris, and the caller who just called a while ago.
Yes.
There is something that's going on in the household. And if this kid doesn't get help, things is going to escalate and get out of hand.
Yes.
Now, for me as a parent, I never would have approached that young man. I first would have gone to his mother, and if I didn't get a good response, then I would go to the authorities. You see, some of these bully kids, they're thugs, and you don't know what the repercussion could be. So I would never have approached that kid. And, I guess it was a mother's instinct when mom decided she was going to approach this bully. But not knowing, things got out of hand because he wasn't listening to reasoning.
No.
He was being very irrational. He was very defensive. And to top it off, is when she said if she wasn't going to church, what she would have told him. Now that took the cake.
When
as
I heard that, I'm like,
as a Christian
Jesus.
And as a mother, you think she should have been able to handle it differently. She should have prayed about the situation.
I don't think she had time. I think I think it got to a boiling point. Clearly, her son has been coming home so many times to say, Johnny beating me up, and she just had it with him now. And of course, the way in which, again, we have different stratum of our society, right? There are those who will come outside in their nightie, and then there are those who will come out. So she came out, as you and I could see. She was not that well dressed. She had on a little frock over, frock, right? She come out, and her mode, her body language alone tell you that I'm done with you today. So she had no time to go have no conversation with no parent. She was not doing that. This boy needed to be disciplined. And so, so we haven't yet seen. Well,
what effect did it take? Because as we can see, it escalated the situation to the point where he was abusive, verbally abusive to her. If he had gotten hold of the stick, he would have given her
a whipping with it. I believe so. And he was adamant and wanted to get it from her.
Yes.
And she held it behind her back. He was angry.
He was angry, of course.
I know at one point, she was tempted to punch him,
Yes.
Because they went from one end across the street. They came in the middle of the road. Then they go on the opposite side and vehicles are passing. And what was interesting is that here you have passerby, not drive stop looking as if it's a movie. So none of them, you just, well, I don't know. Yeah, give it to us.
But the thing is, Lady D, it did not solve the problem because here is it. He's going to approach her son again and probably give him a beating because he went home and told his mother. So he couldn't get to beat the boy in front of the mother, and he couldn't get to beat the mother in front of the boy. So therefore, he gonna put a double dose of beating on this young man. And this bully is still gonna be around in the neighborhood being a bully. Didn't you say that while the woman was leaving, she said, him is a rapist and him raped somebody?
Somebody,
So
you heard a voice, a
this,
female voice.
Yes.
They know all the things he has been going on with.
If they know all of this and they sit there and they're condoning it, which means they are enabling him to do what he does. He's considered the community bully.
Yes.
And you have to put a stop to it.
He looked like he was about maybe 11 or 12, right, Chris?
I don't care what age he is. He has a problem, and if you don't nip the problem in the bud, it's going to get worse.
Yes.
And
but
so
at that age, Pat, there needs to be a serious intervention. Obviously, there is no parental guidance and control. So what's the next step? You know what I mean? This guy looks like a loose cannon because just think about us growing up and behaving that way on the street with adults, not just the person who had approached him, but other adults were there. And the type of language that he was using and how he was acting and all of that. Obviously, he wasn't afraid or isn't afraid of any repercussion when he goes home or anything like that. So there's something that is wrong
There's a disconnect
with
somewhere.
this kid.
Yes.
And there's some serious issue going on there. And a lot of times, unfortunately, when you check it out, these kids are molested in some way and they have anger issues. When you get to the bottom of it, they need help and they are crying out for help.
Absolutely, because that behavior in itself right there will show you that he has a total disregard for authority, as we see. And it's going to get worse because either somebody going to kill him or he's going to end up in prison.
Because his friends were there, you know. His friends were there.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon, Lady D.
Hey there, Hortense.
Yes, Lady
Hi,
D.
Hortense.
Yes.
Mr. will be on
Yes,
the phone.
Lady
How are you today?
Not too bad. I'm listening with this bully and this boy. Me, you see that stick there? I would have whopped your ass, you see? Who?
Well,
I would whip him.
I know. I know we would have loved to do that, but I know the mother tried to restrain herself because at the same time she know that if she touch him, quite likely more trouble would come to her.
Right.
But I'm telling you, she wanted to lick him. She wanted to give him a good whipping out there. And his little friends who were there kept saying to him, come
Egging
on.
him on.
No, they were telling him to stop and come. But Mr. Badman wouldn't listen.
Okay.
He wouldn't listen.
Okay.
He really wanted to suck it to her. I'm telling you. If he could have, if he had the will, he would have punched the woman. And she had to say, what you want to do, what you want to do. You know, so the situation, she could not have gone to this picnic. I'm telling you, there are some children, you can't go and say you're having an intelligent conversation.
No.
It takes certain people to handle certain situations as unorthodox as it appears. But sometimes you have to kind of go to that kind of variable end of the spectrum to get into some children because that's apparently what they know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no,
Well,
no.
that's a crying out for help right there, Lady D. He
Yeah.
needs some help. He needs intervention, and somebody has to intervene, to save him from going into the prison system or to be killed. Because at that young age, and if he is so adamant, he's so aggressive and so assertive and has total
Call
disregard
the police.
for
Put him in the police hand.
But that's what
want.
I'm saying, sister. This is exactly what I'm saying. He's crying out for help because if at that age and he's raping already, and a more one person rape, no, sir, no, something is wrong.
Yes, yes.
And they are going along in the community. They know and they're going along with the program. Anyway, Lady D, I'm going to get off the air so someone else
thank
can
you.
have
There's
an
another
opportunity
call.
to have their input. Have a wonderful yes.
All right, thank you.
Lady D.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady D. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I am so blessed. This is Auntie Daphne.
Hey.
Listen, I just thank you for that lovely cup of soup on Saturday. I take 4 of the shrimp, and it look as if I get a little piece of pigtail.
Okay.
But it was delicious. The color was beautiful. It was tasty with pepper and everything.
Yes.
It was good.
Oh, Holy Lord. You're welcome.
Yes. And about this little boy now.
Yes.
I'm listening about him, and I don't know if I am stupid or what. But you know what? I have a heart. You have some rotten children. But you see, if I go there, I don't disagree with whatever no one say. I'm just telling you my views.
Yes.
If I go there and, my boy come every day and complain, and I go out there to see him, I would bring my boy to him and I would have a motherly conversation. Show that boy is crying out for love.
Yes.
And I would let him know that, sweetheart, you are children, you must live loving. And I love you. And just talk to them and let them just, shake hands and agree. But, when I was in Jamaica, I don't know if you know about Tivoli Garden, but there was 2 bad men. One they call him Junior Screw, and one of them they call him Bucky Marshall. He was Aston Thompson. And people, I have a daughter was living around there, and when I leave work, I used to work at public hospital. And when I leave, I'm going around there. I might meet them because people tell me about them, and I would pause them and give them a smile and stop and talk to them because I get along very good with people, Lady P.
Yes.
And when people see them walking with me, people must believe it's kidnap me. Because they're so bad that people cannot even look at them. They're ready to shoot out their eye.
Yes.
And trust me, I'm telling you, the Lord is here hearing me. And I would talk to those boys and tell them that I have a son named Junior. And sometimes I say, why you don't comb your hair? They always have the comb in the pocket. I say, comb your hair, man. Let mommy comb your hair. And believe you me, I don't know. I don't know, maybe because I'm very little bit, Maybe that's why they obey me and listen to me. But I get along fantastic with people. Nobody. I don't see nobody that is too bad. That I can't face, Lady B. Believe me. Because I am going to them with peace and love.
Yes.
I don't matter how bad they want to be. I'm going to them with peace. I don't care how them carrying on. When I finish with them have to be humble. So that boy, he's a child and I am a grown woman. I'm not going to go to him like I'm going to talk to my companion. I'm going to talk to him. I'm talking to a child, even though he's so bad. Yeah. But he's a child for me.
I hear you, Auntie Daphne.
Yes, so I would deal with it a different way. I wouldn't argue with him.
Okay. Thank you so much for your
I
comment.
would go to him with a motherly love as a mother to a child. Because if he's a baby, if he's 11 years old, he's a child. So I'm not going to argue and curse with him.
I agree. Thank you so
You
much.
know,
Thank
so-
you so much. We have
Yes, so
5
that
minutes
is
to go.
my view, Lady D.
All right, my love. Thank you for calling.
God bless you, my love, and you're having a marvelous show, you and Chris. God bless you. Keep up your good work and cook some more food for me.
All right, will do.
All right, love. Bye-bye.
Lady D?
Yes, Hortense.
Yes, I didn't get no message from me, so you must call me.
I remember that when we spoke on Thursday, I told you I'm going to
Right.
ask DJ Linkage. I reached out to him, but he didn't reply to me. And I forgot to ask him when I saw him today. So I'm going to do that because I can't do anything like this on radio, right? On air. So I will track him down again. I saw him when I came in, but I forgot to ask him. But I did send him the text at the end of the program, but I didn't hear from him. So I'll
And I
let
did
him
want to
know.
talk to Chris too. Something me ask about. And
All
you
right.
come from that area.
Okay, so we
About,
will deal with
with
it
Michelle.
afterwards. Okay? So, Miss, you want to talk
Yeah?
to Mr. Wilby as well?
Yes,
All right, so we will go get your number and talk to you, okay?
yes.
All right, love you.
I love you too, Mom.
All right, blessings.
All right, take it easy.
All right, 4 minutes to 7 o'clock, so Chris Wilby.
Yes, Lady D. That last caller there, what's her name again?
Auntie Daphne.
Auntie Daphne. She is from the old school, and everything that she said would have worked back then and could have worked back then. Unfortunately, we are living in a different time. And I'm not dismissing it, but I'm not so sure that the young man, it is a good approach, mark you, but I'm not so sure that he would have been as receptive, as those guys back then. Because
Can I say though, Chris? I work in an environment where, there are different people from different walks of life. Their backgrounds vary. And I have observed, and I'll say Pastor Glad Johnson. You know Pastor Glad, right?
Yes.
Okay. Pastor Glad has that kind of gift and experience working with people, whether you're in a shelter or wherever you come from. And there are certain kinds of people that he's able to reach.
Right.
And I'm absolutely certain if this child were to have an encounter with Pastor Glad, it would work. Pastor Glad will. There is something about his manner and his experience that allows people who are troubled and so on to gravitate toward him. So it is not impossible. Method to every to every madness. And some of us don't have certain skill sets to handle certain situations.
Right, that's true.
And there are other people who do. So if this young boy were to get that kind of help, if the community were to intervene and say, we know of somebody who the family needs help, right? Because you can't do one and not do everybody. Because clearly he's out of control, But from what we are having discussion based on what we saw. And there has to be a back end to it. So we establish that. But there are children who you can reach, adults who you can reach. You just need the right person to do it. You just need the right person to do it. Yeah. But
I agree. I agree with you. And
we have a minute to go.
Yes, I agree with you. And as I say, sometimes it's maybe because the mother was directly involved, it caused a different approach and all of that. But it's a conversation that we have to continue, and it happens every day right across Jamaica, and I suspect the rest of the world. But it was a great show, Lady D. Thank you very much once again. I thank all the callers for participating, and look forward to being back here next week to do it all over again. Have a great evening.
Enjoy your Monday evening. Chris will be blessings.
All right, thank you.
Walk good, Chris. Walk good. All right, lady. You know me. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in this evening to my YouTubers. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Thank you. And of course, to those on 104.5, 101.7 FM, what would we do without you? Of course, we can't come here and talk to ourselves, Well, we can, but we just can't respond. Right? But thank you so much for being a part of the show, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thanks to Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. God willing, I'll be back on Thursday with Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Stick and stay. You'll hear who I will be connecting with this coming Thursday. As always, love yourselves, love your children, and remember, in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. A lot of love, a lot of blessing. Mwah, 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 mwah.
There are radio stations within the air, but to this, none can compare. Trying to figure what to think, because now with us, you're fully linked. Stay linked to Linkage Radio, your home for entertainment.
This station rules the nation.